Now the other line that you have to hook up is the wastewater line that goes to the dishwasher, or the disposal. This wastewater line plugs right into the bottom of the machine, and then you just simply put one of these spring clamps over the line, and it clips over the rubber portion on the bottom of the dishwasher. Let's take a look. This is the wastewater return line to the disposal, and this is the rubber fitting that would connect with that other piece I just showed you. Now you want to make sure you have the right clamp, and you want to put it over this before you get started. So it looks like this larger clamp is not going to fit because it slips right over. This clamp right here is the one we want. So just take your water pump pliers, these dishwashers are fairly light. They only weigh about 50 to 75 pounds, so they're pretty easy to maneuver around. So once you go ahead and flip it up so it's in the right position, go ahead and try to slide this in to your opening. Be careful not to kink any of these lines and get the pot on anything. So your best bet is to go ahead and put them underneath the machine. The machine should slide in pretty easy. Tip would be to go ahead, if you have difficulty installing your dishwasher, is to crank these adjustable feet up. If you do this, it'll give you additional clearance above the machine and under your counter to go ahead and install your dishwasher. Before pushing the dishwasher under the counter, make sure you install your retainers into the dishwasher. They're very simple. There's many different models and styles of this retainer, but it basically slides into the slot above the machine, slips in, and then you bend the tab down to keep it from moving. Perfect. Go ahead and adjust the feet on the front of the machine. Adjust these so that the front of the machine is level with the back, and it doesn't interfere with the counter itself. The next step is to go ahead and install the return line. Just go ahead, plug it into this rubber coupling, and take your water pumps and compress the clamp and slide it over. Simple as that. Once you're done with compressing that clamp, go ahead and feed the additional hose under the machine to get it snug and out of the way. Make sure it doesn't rub on any other hoses because it could chafe and cause a leak at a later date. Once that's been accomplished, go ahead and hook up your water supply line. Make sure it's nice and tight, and that should be it as far as the hoses. The next step is to hook up the electrical wiring. Hook the copper wire to the green screw on the chassis of the dishwasher. Once the copper wire is hooked up, hook the black or the hot wire with a wire nut and twist them together. With the black wire installed, go ahead and hook up the neutral wire or the white wire. Make sure the wire nuts are nice and tight. And tuck them into the housing. Once the wires are tucked into the housing, install the wiring cover. Use your 1/4" nut driver to tighten the cover. Well, once you have the feet leveled, the electrical wiring hooked up, and the plumbing hooked up, then you want to go ahead and mount the screws for the straps that you installed earlier. The two straps are located on the top of the machine that you installed earlier, and they get screwed into the top of the counter. So using your Phillips screwdriver, go ahead and install your 2 screws that came with your dishwasher. Once your screws are installed, go ahead and close the door carefully and make sure that the door clearances the straps and the screws and latches. The next step to do is to go ahead and turn on the supply line and make sure that you don't have any leaks on any of the fittings that you had installed. I'm going to turn the machine on with its normal cycle and go ahead and view underneath the machine and double check and make sure you don't have any leaks during the washing process. The very last step is to install your lower kick panel. This is the outer kick panel and this is the inner kick panel. The inner kick panel adjusts for the feet adjustment and your floor. So install these 2 screws and congratulations, you just installed the dishwasher.